Hello, welcome to review week of the year. Woo! My name is Juan Santos, and what I meant by review week of the year was that this week I'm going to try and do as many movie reviews as I possibly, physically, could possibly do. So to kick it off, we're going to start with the biggest blockbuster of all time, Good Will Hunting. What? It's made in the 1997. I just wanted to talk about it because it's one of the most amazing movies I've ever seen in my entire life. Basics of the movie: this was directed by Gus Van Sant, written by Ben Affleck and Matt Damon, and stars Ben Affleck, Matt Damon, Robin Williams, Stellan Skarsgard, and Minnie Driver, and all of them are fantastic in everything. Directing, script, and acting-wise were all beautiful. And also Casey Affleck, Ben Affleck's little brother, was in, and I thought that was really cute because they had like really good chemistry. I have never seen anything of Gus Van Sant's before, the director. I've never seen any of his work prior to this, but I can tell you right now that this was one of the most well-directed films I've seen in a very long time. It was beautifully made, and the cinematography was fantastic. I don't know the cinematographer's name, but props to you, my friend. Then, of course, the script was absolutely amazing. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck did a stellar job on that, and it was one of the most realistic dialogue pieces I've ever seen, and it was amazing. Some of the monologues in this film just really touched my heart. They really touched my heart, and I just don't know what to do with that. Then with the acting, I think Robin Williams was probably the highlight. I think he did such an amazing job. Is probably one of his best performances of his career. Matt Damon and Ben Affleck are also amazing in this film. Matt Damon specifically, he had a lot of character. His character arc was fantastic. Ben Affleck's too, he had like a little mini character arc that was still really interesting, and he really caught on to you. That's another thing I really liked about this film. Like, you could really attach yourselves to each and every one of the characters because each of them had their own story to tell. Like I said before, the storytelling was amazing, and some of the big themes in the story really like caught on to me. One of them was that you could be one of the most hardworking people in the entire world. You can get to Harvard, you could be working on math your entire life, and then all of a sudden a high school dropout that works as a janitor at MIT solves a problem that took 2 years to solve. Like, anything can happen. And then another theme that I thought was explored really well was the idea that some geniuses don't recognize themselves as geniuses. And what I mean by this is that Will Hunting is a complete genius. He's like amazing. But he came out from like 3 foster homes, he was abused, he grew up in South Boston, he didn't really have any resources to really push himself as an academic, and so he doesn't have a way to really be successful. And so I thought that was a really big theme looked at in the film, and very well discussed. One thing that bothered me at first was that the story was kind of very predictable. The whole story itself was. But what I realized is that it's really the little moments, the individualized moments, not the payoff, that make this film so effective. For example, some of the interactions between Robin Williams and Matt Damon, like their therapy sessions, are amazing, and those little individualized moments really make up this film. And it doesn't really matter that the story's predictable because you really want to stick with it the entire time because of how like intriguing and interesting these characters are. Now we can talk about the very little bad that this movie has. And I'm sure there are bad things with the pacing. It is kind of slow, but I didn't really notice it that much. But one thing that truly bothers me after watching this movie is that Good Will Hunting sounds like a horrible name after watching that film. And I don't know why, but before I thought it was very like philosophical, like, oh, they're like looking for goodwill, you know? But now it's just like Will Hunting is good to me. And like, I know that's not what really the title is, but that's what it sounds like to me, and it's horrible to me, and I hate it. But that's like a little nuance. Also, Matt Damon's haircut in this film is horrible. He needs to get a real haircut, because my god, that thing is horrific. I can't even. Oh my god! Alright guys, sorry, had to go on a rant about his haircut. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Please go check out this movie. It's one of the most amazing movies I've ever seen. You're gonna love it, I hope. If you're watching this, that means you like film, I hope, because I don't post these to Facebook anymore, because that's annoying, right? What? Thank you for watching. I hope you watch this movie. I'll see you tomorrow, hopefully, and, I don't know, I gotta go see About a Girl. Comment if you get that reference, because that's important. Bye.